We live, baby.
Let's
Yeah.
go, baby. Yeah, buddy. Wait, what is it? I forgot. I like the opening we had. That was good. We live, baby.
Isn't Let's Go?
Let's go. There we go. That's what I like. That Coors Light tastes absolutely freaking amazing. I've been dying for one since when I went to bed at 11:30, and I was being such a good boy. I was being a real good boy last night, and I could not wait to get this going. So cheers. Chris.
Happy birthday,
You outdid yourself.
Happy birthday, sir.
You outdid. Thank you, guys. You outdid yourself with this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have started with a couple McDonald's secret menu items. And let me tell you what. Do not let your McDonald's sit in a bag
For 25 minutes.
for 25 minutes and sweat itself to death. First thing. Second thing, the land, sea, and air. I want to punch the person in the face who thought that was an idea.
Yep.
Don't kid yourself. It's the worst sandwich I've ever had.
Mm-hmm. It's also enormous.
Oh, it's enormous.
I mean, it is. You can Google all of these. They have their.
I think, you know what? If you go to Podcast S&P on Twitter, you can find a link to all the sandwiches that I've already posted. But so Joe, what did you think of the? Where did you get the crunchy McDouble? Or
Yeah, I got the. I don't know what the technical term is.
Crunchy double.
Crunchy double. Double cheeseburger with chicken nuggets. The chicken nuggets overpower everything except the onions in this.
Mm-hmm.
So all you do is taste. You get the bun. I don't even realize there's 2 sausage patties on this bad boy.
yeah,
Onions,
Patties, but yeah.
some of their ketchup, and then it's just all nugget.
you know what I'm nervous about? So ladies and gentlemen, we're going outside. We're going to Willy Ball. I don't want to get hit from behind. There might be some accidents on this thing.
We're going to need some depends for this round.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys, I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Full of shit, but pretty good.
Did you have the McDouble as well?
Yeah, the same thing you guys had, yeah.
We only gave Peter the fish fillet.
Yeah.
Did no one else want to go? Was there? You couldn't do the.
You couldn't do the breakfast one. The only other one had fish fillet with it too. It's the surf and turf. It's pretty much a double cheeseburger
Yeah, with a patty
with
in
a
it.
fillet of fish.
Yeah.
Not recommended. Fillet of fish and anything else, forget it.
I don't like the fillet of fish in general, so...
It's not. Yeah. It's nothing to write home about.
I mean, I thought I eat a lot of McDonald's anyways, but that's not what I go to whenever I do go there.
I don't think I've ever had the fillet of fish.
You're not missing much, Joe.
Yeah.
Back in the day, when we were in high school and broke,
Yep.
we'd go skateboarding. And we'd go to a skate park in Bentonville or Itasca.
Uh-huh.
And across the street from the was a McDonald's. So you'd bring $5 for you. So you get there, you skate a little bit, you go get a gigantic Powerade for $1 and a McChicken, go back, skate, come back, get another McChicken and another large Powerade, and that was your day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you remember when they did the fish fillet bites? They tried to get those out for a while too.
I don't remember.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, they sold real well because nobody remembers them.
That's interesting.
I do remember when the fish fillet first came out, people loved it, and people do love. Like some people are like fanatics about like McDonald's.
And those fish fillets sell like crazy during
Yeah.
Lent.
Yeah.
Well, that's like one of the only places you can get something that's not meat related, right?
Yeah, they all have a fish sandwich now. All the places, I believe.
I think
Most
so,
places
yeah.
do.
I don't know if they're any good, but
Or they'll do like an egg sandwich of some sort.
Peppered
something
egg,
like that. Yeah. Yeah, peppered egg. That's the big one.
McDonald's just got in trouble. Well, not in trouble, but they have a pretty big investor in their group who's trying to change stuff there because McDonald's has like they need a ton of pork, so they get pork from like not the greatest people.
oh, because the breast sausages. Okay, yeah.
Well, that and bacon I think is an issue too.
I don't think they use they don't use a ton of bacon in their sandwiches. Not like
Well, I think there's a few sandwiches.
There's a couple
yeah,
sandwiches.
but not
with
like the Wendy's with
I
like
bet you it's probably
95
this-
slices of bacon on the one burger.
That's
I mean,
true.
you're right. Yeah.
But so wherever they're getting their pork from, this
But-
activist investor is like, nah, like you guys got to change this up, and they've been trying to say but it's like kind of big news. They're trying to cancel McDonald's again.
Nice.
No one will ever cancel McDonald's.
Not when it's this cheap. And with inflation, $4 a gallon for gas. Thanks, Russia.
Oh my God.
Really, we had to do this right now when?
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, seriously, when the world's going crazy, Russia, could we maybe have waited till like when the economy and inflation wasn't so bad?
They're trying to hope the rest of the world is distracted by other things.
Yeah.
Yes, slip a few 100,000 troops.
So I've heard a couple things. One, this is the time to really watch local news or regular news because this is the time that companies and stuff will put out these issues that they've had just for the press because of all the Russia stuff. So I've heard a couple people say, "Hey, really watch the news the next couple of weeks. A lot of stuff's going to be swept under the rug. Like,
Which,
just
yeah.
put out and then,
Which kind of goes to the Netflix Boeing thing. I wonder if there was any thought to that. Because that sounds...
that wasn't by Boeing that put it
No,
out.
I know that, but like...
No, yeah.
But do you think maybe like Netflix had to go to Boeing or somebody went to Boeing and like... And they were like, oh yeah, put it out
No,
now.
they disclaimer at the end was Boeing.
Because I've heard nothing about it, but
Boeing declined to be interviewed for it, but they responded to some of the claims in there. The very last scene is like them like question and then like the response that they put on there was like the last thing on there. But that was some crazy stuff though.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, on Netflix right now is
The Case Against Boeing, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
it's just a documentary about how Boeing did not give a crap about anybody but themselves and making money,
They put money above human lives.
which isn't uncommon.
Way to go, Boeing.
And it could have been a lot worse, really. Like what they did could have been a lot worse.
And it all started with the what's it called flight that crashed.
Well,
that
what it is it was more like they were trying to catch up with an Airbus plane, and they instead of like building a new plane off these engines takes like 7 to 10 years to design it and build it and all that stuff.
Yep.
So they decided to take their like 30-year-old 737 and retrofit new engines on it, and as a result, like these new engines are more powerful. They had to be like up farther and higher on the wings, and so like as part of the engineering, they're like, well, if these powerful engines will like they'll bring the plane up, and if the plane goes up too much, it will stall out, and then it'll crash.
Yep.
So they built this like computer system to like sort of when it does that, it would like would shift the back wing or the tail. I'm not a pilot, so I have no idea. It would level it out slowly, so it like it would just like you wouldn't even notice. It'd be like, But the problem was it was like that whole system was designed off one little thing that's on the front of the plane, and so there's only one fail point on it. So if that thing is damaged or anything is malfunctioning on that, it's a complete disaster for the plane.
There was something else too about the training that.
Well, also that this is considered that system they put in is considered a new thing and would require pilot training and delays, and I guess pilot training is very expensive for companies like Boeing and Airbus because they have to they pay for that, so that's extremely expensive. So instead of doing all that and educating the pilots, they just decided to call it like a modification of an existing system, so that it would require no new training.
Wow.
Yep.
So the first plane that crashed had no idea what happened. Like this thing kicked on. They could.
That was a very famous crash.
Yeah, it was the one coming out of I think it was Lion Air. I think it was called. And
And this all started in and it was all like
19,
Africa, right?
No, that was in Indonesia. And it came out of Indonesia.
The Malaysian airline flight,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
a different
Oh,
one.
a different one.
So this one came out and it crashed out and take off and it crashed in the ocean. And what basically what happened, you could see like they have a flight recorder, so you can kind of see that the plane like it's going off normally, and then this thing kicks out and the plane tries to go. So the plane's like going like up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
And then finally the thing loses the thing takes over completely, and the plane just nosedives.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, these people all died the first time. And then they got the black, they said that Boeing got the black box. Boeing knew what was wrong. Like they knew it instantly. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it is. The thing we've been talking about for like 4 years, that we're just going to be like, no big deal. Yeah, that's it. But we're not going to tell anybody that. No. We're not going to ground the planes. Like 6 weeks, we have a fix, which they really didn't have. There's no way they're going to get it done in 6 weeks. And so I think 3 weeks later or 4 weeks later, another plane came out of Africa, had the same issue, but what Boeing had done is they told pilots about this. Well, if this happens, you just turn off the system, and then you can just correct the plane.
Yep.
They failed to mention that you have roughly 10 seconds to diagnose it, turn it off, and correct the plane, which is, as many of the pilots on there said,
Freakish,
was impossible.
supernatural human.
So they said they heard the one pilot's like the flight recorder of that particular flight, which is I'm sure horrible to listen to all the way, but they're like the pilot clearly knew what happened, turned it off, did everything that Boeing said, and he still had no chance to correct the plane.
Wow.
Like he
This
diagnosed
is so
it, but
insane.
you can't diagnose it that quickly because there's always warning lights and things you've never seen before.
Yep.
And so like your brain's like what? By the time it's 10 seconds has elapsed and you're dead.
That's
That is so
wild.
But you don't know you're dead yet because you turn it off and you're fighting the plane.
Yeah.
And you're fighting. They said the one that crashed in Africa crashed in land, and they said I think the hole was like 500 feet deep. Like it was such a massive crater. There's just like nothing left of the plane.
It just went straight.
Wow.
into
The worst,
wow.
I think that's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. One of the second worst part of that is Boeing, and one of the worst. The worst part of that whole thing. The second worst part is they did not get in any trouble. The executives, they knew all this and they just settled. And the settlements that they did was made sure that there was no criminal prosecution.
Can you guys name? Thank you, sir. Oh, thank you. Can you guys name one other company that produces planes?
Airbus.
Oh, Airbus is a company.
Yeah,
I thought that was a type
European
of
company.
plane. Oh,
They didn't
interesting.
put plane. They build Airbuses.
Okay.
Like, an Airbus. Like you're on a Boeing 737, you're an Airbus, whatever the hell. They're
Whatever it is. As I was reading
And that's
up on
that's
it,
another reason that Airbus came out with a fuel efficient jet, and Boeing because Boeing had been cost cutting for 20 years. They had no answer to it.
yeah.
And that's what they did this like quick fix on this other plane, which was rushed. And there's a big about how Boeing's quality. Like in the early 90s, they were like this. They were all about like quality. Quality was the only thing they worried about.
Yep.
And then they got bought out by a company in the mid 90s, and they moved the headquarters here in Chicago, which everybody kind of remembers, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And the reason for that was to the decision makers for the company would be separate from the engineers, so they could run it like a business and get that stock price up.
Yep. And which is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And that nobody went to jail for any of that is the worst.
Not a single person.
That's the thing.
And
You
the
want to
chairman-
do something illegal and kill some people and get away with it? Become a corporation.
Yeah.
And then the corporation did. I mean, it wasn't us.
Yeah.
Sure, a couple of people made a decision to do this, but this is really on the
Yeah, if you're gonna be a
business.
serial killer and kill a bunch of people, just become a huge
Yeah.
corporation.
And the chairman of board that was the CEO and chairman of board at the time, he resigned during this process.
No kidding.
And he got
What a gentleman.
He only got $62 million in compensation and stock.
Oh,
and
yeah.
pension and stuff like that.
Nice.
Good.
It sounds like the guys from Enron.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was a great documentary that they made us.
The best
watch
part
in
was
high
the
school.
Asian guy who got away with everything.
And he got away clean because he
Yes.
got early.
He got away early, got away with his stripper girlfriend, and flew the coop. And nobody knows where that guy's at all.
I think he's still in Montana. I think he's still in Colorado.
That's wild.
That's insane.
Just living on that ranch, baby.
Jeff, you know that's the crazy part. If you're from Chicago, Tom Skilling's brother is Jeffrey Skilling.
Yep.
Jeffrey Skilling, who was what was he? He was
the CEO.
He was CFO and then CEO.
Yeah. And then the other guy came back and took over. And then Andy Fastow has been trying to do crypto stuff, and like the world's like, yo.
He is like the worst of that group.
Yes.
He was helping Enron rip off stockholders, and then he was ripping off Enron on top of that.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Like he's a real special.
And then
guy.
he was the
Promise,
first two.
guys, the stocks will bounce back. Don't sell.
Don't worry about those
hold on.
entities that I own all of them.
Sell. We gotta sell. All right, just the executive board. Sell all your stuff.
Yeah. Jeez. Just silliness. I mean, this week has been, just personally, this month has been tough. And, but then you look at what's going on in Ukraine, and I mean, it just puts everything in such
Maybe
light.
the world's not so bad, right?
No, like life is tough.
Puts a lot of stuff in perspective. You're
Because
like,
can you imagine,
it's not
a
that
week ago, you're like, okay, well, maybe Russia will, maybe Russia won't. United States, maybe they're being a little overzealous, and they're worried. They're worriers.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's not a big deal.
They've talked about
Yeah.
Russia doing this stuff before. It never
Nothing
really
happened.
Yeah.
And then this week, you're running for your life, your entire life. Why? I read an article. One lady, she heard the sirens. They literally had about 30 minutes. She just got off of work. They had about 30 minutes to grab any of their stuff and go.
That's it.
I
Your
think
life
men
is
like 18 to 60
Cannot
cannot
leave.
leave the country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to fight.
Oh.
You're in the army.
Yeah, you're
At that point, yeah.
Can you imagine like 6-year-old dudes are running around?
No, that's why I talked to
47s?
Peter earlier.
There was a guy in his 80s who was trying to get registered for the army because he wanted to save the country for his grandchildren. That's insane. The stories of heroism is insane.
Did you guys see the one with the sub, like the war boat? He was on they're on part of some island there, or the edge
Oh,
of an island.
yes, yeah.
And
they're
how
like-
far we didn't? Am I giving an exception for this one?
Yeah. No, don't drop anything for another 2 minutes.
And it's like Snake Island, right?
Kind of part of the story, yeah. Snake Island. So like they're on there, and there's a Russian warboat. It's like, hey, we're a Russian warboat.
Yeah. You guys have
Surrender, or we're gonna
light
blow
you
you
up.
up.
We're gonna light you up.
And the guy goes, go blank yourself.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then he goes, and the guy's like, I repeat, da 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 da. And the guy's like, go blank yourself.
Who's the one saying surrender?
It's,
Russian
Russia.
warboat.
Russian. Okay. And it's a
And the Ukraine guy,
Okay.
the thing is like, go blank yourself.
Yeah.
And they blow him off and kill him.
Yeah, they killed
Wow.
all 13 soldiers, unfortunately.
You hear the audio, like, I don't speak
Jesus.
Russian, but like they have a translation.
Yeah. There's another one where there's a guy in a car driving, and Russia didn't think there was going to be this much resistance. So logistically,
Oh, I saw that one, yeah, that's crazy,
logistically, in the fuel, they don't have enough fuel. They didn't bring enough fuel to kind of get everybody around. Like they didn't think it was going to be like this. They thought they was going to come in and just storm the capital.
We've heard that before.
Yeah, and yeah,
Germany.
That was a real that was for such a shitty situation. That was really impressive and
Yeah.
really cool to hear
I
that
mean, yeah.
they hadn't gained much ground. I mean, yeah, they're bombing like crazy, but they did not take it as
They haven't-
or
they're
they aren't
easy-
taking it
yeah,
as
it's
easily
easy.
as they thought
It's
they were.
not going to hold, but they're doing their best. But so that some of the tanks are running out of gas, and there's a guy driving on the highway, stops at the stops next to one of the tanks. These 3 Russian soldiers, and this is one guy in a car. And he's like, "Hey, break down, run out of fuel." And the guy's like, "Yeah, we ran out of fuel." He's like, "Hey, can I tow you back to Russia?" And the guy's like, "You guys, you see the news keeps coming, or like Kiev is coming." And he's like, "No, we're standing strong, bud." Like kind of, and like they're like talking smack, but kind of like joking. But like,
Can you imagine
these 3 soldiers probably all 3 have guns. That could just
That dude's got some.
Yeah, or they could just get back.
cojones.
Or they could just get
Fucking
back in
balls.
the tank and be like, "Yeah, okay, he's in range. Let it rip."
seriously, no joke.
Hey, the gun still. This gun still works, right?
But
That's wild.
Ukraine's not.
Those Ukrainian, the Klitschko brothers are like, we're taking up arms. We're going to fight in the army. I'm like, what?
Yeah, the old man.
They are from Ukraine. That's right.
The president got out of his suit, jumped in his hunting camo, and gave him a gun. He doesn't know how to use it.
I've been hearing so much about the Ukrainian president, like the stuff he's saying. I respect that guy so much.
He was like a comedian or something. An actor,
Yeah.
they were saying before this.
Yep.
Was he really?
Before he
Yes.
became president, he was like a comedian.
Wow.
Like that. I forget what movie it was. I think maybe Robin Williams was, or there was a comedian who became president. It was kind of like that's how that really actually happened. Where this guy was like a comedian, like almost like a Jon Stewart, and he became president. And
Interesting.
yeah.
Well, Klitschko, he became, what was he, governor?
He's the mayor of
Mayor?
Kiev.
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah.
The oldest one is mayor of Kiev.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
As soon as he retired from boxing, he got into
So
politics.
right now he's technically the mayor.
He's the mayor of Kiev, and he's literally him and his brother are in the army right now, ready to fight for their country.
That's some crazy stuff.
Yeah. It's almost
These
like
guys got probably a couple $100 million in the bank.
Yeah, easily from boxing.
Yeah,
Easily,
yeah.
and they were they were both
Yeah,
champions.
that's what I'm saying. They got several million.
Yeah.
That's some crazy.
the question is when do you? Because they're just bombing the crap out of the place. Like,
But they're not hitting civilian targets, Peter.
Oh, yeah, right.
Russia has insisted they're not going after civilian targets.
No, they're going after the people who are trying to, they blamed him. This is what they said
about Russia. Yeah.
He goes, "There's a Nazi party in Russia,
Trying to save the Jews.
Yep, yeah, and then meanwhile, the president of
Jewish.
Ukraine is Jewish.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just taking out his own people. That's what he does. What was the other thing that they said? That was the reason that they were
Going in for peace. They were
trying
to
to
dearm them, I believe.
yeah.
But
Just
then
wild.
literally every angle of Ukraine they're coming in at. We're coming in for peace.
They go through.
Yeah.
They went through another country. They went through Belarus.
Yeah.
Well, they're
Well, that guy's kind of a puppet guy, anyways.
Yeah,
But yeah.
that's what he wants in Ukraine.
Did you guys see the video of Russia's like security council? It was like their security council, and it's Putin, and he's asking.
Is Donald in there?
No, not at the time. No, but he's asking his some security officer, "What do you think of the situation?" And he's like, "I think." He's so scared. He's like, "I think it's we should save these two countries." He goes, "That's not what I'm asking.
Yeah.
What I'm asking is this. Answer this question. Don't jump like 2 steps." He's basically reading from a script that he's like, "Please don't screw this up and kill me. Please, please, please."
Yep. China.
That guy's gonna disappear next week.
Oh yeah. China.
Next week's security
Next week he's
council
probably
video.
gone. He's probably in Kiev right now getting bombed at.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, it's so crazy that this can happen.
this has not happened in 80 years. Europe has not. A country's not been invaded in Europe in over 80 years.
Yeah.
By the way, just got my Irish passport, so
Head on back, baby.
yeah,
You wanna go to Europe?
yeah.
Get on.
So I was like, I'm proud to be an American.
Yeah.
As he lights his passport. Nope, we're good.
Yeah.
That's a joke, guys. I don't want to go back there. It's a joke.
It's just so insane. The world. I mean,
You know, Ukraine, before they released or relinquished their nuclear weapons, they were like the third largest armament of nuclear weapons in the world.
That's because it was strategic for Europe to be closer to Europe. You can launch missiles there.
Yeah.
So when it fell,
But-
when Russia fell, like that's where all this stuff is at.
The big thing with Ukraine, like even their president said, he goes, "We relinquished our nuclear weapons on the fact that Russia will not invade us ever. Like that's why we did this." Can you? Oh, that's
yeah.
wild.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of glad there's not.
Yeah,
they're,
me
they're
too.
not launching nukes at Russia. I mean, that's not a good thing either for anybody.
No, but
it would have been a deterrent.
even Putin said he's like, if you try and stop us, we'll throw some nukes your way.
the thing I love, or the crazy part is he went to Sweden and Finland. He's like, hey, think about joining NATO and see what's happening in Ukraine. Don't think we'll stop. And it's just like, what is wrong? What's wrong? Putin have like somebody shit in his Cheerios? Like, what is going on?
Guy's a real psychopath.
Are they not part of? Are those countries not part of?
They're not part of NATO. No.
It basically seems like he's trying to create the USSR again.
Yes,
That's
100%.
Which is like
100%. He's trying to restart the Cold War.
Yeah.
The really scary part is China sees how the world's acting, and there's no one in the world right now. No Europe country. No United States doesn't want it. Canada doesn't want it. Nobody wants has the appetite for the loss that would take in a World War III.
Well, we'd all be dead. They would just nuke everybody.
I think people would be smarter than to use nukes. But the amount of casualties that would come in is just insane.
Oh,
and
yeah. And it would be...
It would just be like World War II.
Complete... You know what's interesting? So
worse. The much more better.
There was the war in the Middle East, which was IEDs completely changed warfare on that
drones
landscape.
would be crazy. Like you may be walking outside, you can see a drone, you got to run for your life.
I wonder though if
shit.
I know drones are
a European-based war would possibly change that. Like if it would almost go not back to World War II, where it's like, here's a field, you're on this side, we're on that side, and we shoot each other.
Once you get to Poland there, you're facing a pretty good army probably.
I'm just wondering if
I would say Poland's part of NATO. I'm assuming.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
So they're you're gonna. Well, he's not. They're not. I don't think he's looking to go down that route.
They border Ukraine. That's right. They're going to be like right.
Their airport's still open. People can still fly in and out of Poland.
I know Poland's having refugee camps if you cross the border.
Yeah.
Yes, that's another thing. The amount of Russian disinformation that they're putting out.
Oh yeah.
They're doing everything they can. Poland put out a statement saying, "We will take anyone from Ukraine into our country," and Russian disinformation is being put out that, hey, you can't go to Poland, they won't take you in. If you go to the border, you're going to be stuck there. Like they're putting out it's so crazy,
ridiculousness. The sad, we'll get off this sad topic, but it is what it is. This is kind of what the world's going through. But Chris was telling me that you can't travel with your pets unless they're fully vaccinated.
Yeah, you got to have a pet passport, and they got to be up to date on their vaccine.
Can pets get vaccinated?
Like your shots and everything.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
not talking about
There's
a COVID vaccine for your pets? Like, what if it's that one?
I thought that for a second.
Was I going to watch the local news? Joe's like, and then now there's a COVID pet vaccine.
So like people are really having to leave their pet.
Do I have to isolate my cat for 7 days?
So you're literally having to leave their animals behind.
Is this an American thing or a Ukrainian?
No, it's like I think it's like a whole entire world type thing. Like you can get like a pet passport, because some people like to take their pets on vacation, stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
they want to make sure that you don't bring some kind of weird flu or something like.
That's so interesting.
That's interesting. I did not know that, Chris.
I also learned about.
I didn't know about the pet passport.
I also learned about golden passports last night.
What is that?
That's where you buy land in a country, and you get citizenship in that country.
That can be for every country, right?
It's not for every country, but there are certain countries that do it. The United States, if you want to get a golden passport here, you have to spend up to $900,000 in real estate. So Great Britain or England is $1 million.
Wow.
That's not going to get you much in England. At least because a lot of places are very small.
What was it like? Spain?
That's like half a flat in London.
Might buy yourself a castle out in the
Spain,
boonies.
I think, was somewhere about like $450, $500. But if you go to like the countryside, you go to rural.
Yeah.
Spain, it's like $250, $300.
Yeah,
but like
that's fantastic.
Yeah, but like you're in rural Spain, like it's not like
España.
Yeah,
you can go to Portugal and you for the first
that was like another Portugal was
the first 7 years you don't pay taxes.
Yeah, Portugal, but like their prices are rising up on that stuff.
Well, they want you to come in there, and then you don't pay taxes for the first 7 years.
And then they were talking about Albania, like the one girl brought up Albania, and it's like it's $50,000 if you want to live there. Yeah, who the hell wants to live in Albania?
So what? So Putin came my name in a few weeks.
Yeah. So Yugoslavia. Yeah, so he can take over what used to be Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
I love all those stupid memes of like the Simpsons called this, the Simpsons, and it's like, all right,
Simpsons did it, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to call Putin and be like, Simpsons already did it, bro. You're done. You can't do it. Simpsons already done it.
Oh my god, what a week! I mean, what else can you really talk? Like, what else is going on in the world that's not like? This is it. This is everything. Anytime you turn on the news,
it's so scary how quickly it just happened.
Well, but
it was like a lot of talk up to it, and then all of a sudden, hey, Russia's invading. Like on a flip of a, Oh man, it's wild.
I've learned about.
Oh, did you hear about the Tinder stuff?
What's in this? Oh, or no?
Oh my God.
The Tinder swindler?
No. With Russia and Ukraine, Russian soldiers are using Tinder.
Oh no.
In Ukraine, so Ukrainian women are matching or like not matching with Russian soldiers as they're invading their country.
Maybe
Wow.
That's so random.
Why wouldn't that seems like Tinder should be in there like shite head
I
off.
feel like this is a good way to like catfish soldiers though into getting them. Like, you're like,
Yeah, it could.
Like, be like, you're like,
Yeah, come on over. I'm gonna
Bring you and your platoon. We're a bunch of ladies. Come here.
Don't bring any guns.
Yeah.
They're like, this is too good to be true, guys. There's not this many hot people in one
Shut up, Pat. We gotta go have some fun tonight. It's been a long week.
Yeah.
This is why nobody listens to me.
But there's the huge spike in Tinder usage in Ukraine, and
Wow.
it's the Russian soldiers.
That
Can
is
you imagine that?
How
Pat,
bad
Sorry, I
Pat,
took out your brother earlier today, but hey, you want to go get a drink?
That's so ridiculous.
Pat Lynch is like, all right, man, I'm gonna get on Tinder Ukraine and start catfishing some people.
Just captured hotel. Who's interested to come by? It's like,
Got my own room.
That's like Christ.
That is
almighty.
insane.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
Some of the videos of the planes dropping bombs and stuff. It's like you're watching World War. Like,
Well, I mean, all the women are like moving to all the women and children are getting out of the cities and going to like the countryside.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the China? There was this one article about like how China's like, oh, we'll save all the beautiful Ukrainian refugee women, and it's like, all right, dude,
What the
come
hell?
on.
Jeez.
Winnie the Pooh, man, he needs to.
Oh, that country needs women.
Yeah.
So,
That's insane.
I think about, but you're right. Like, so what else is going on? And I mean, we had.
I've heard about some hot garbage that's happening around here, like not in ours, but like in our country,
Oh,
like
yeah?
in Florida. I found out yesterday.
Florida always starts with
Yeah,
Florida.
it starts with Florida. Florida is making it, I think, a felony offense if you're a teacher and you don't report to somebody that a kid is gay.
What?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How do you know? Do you have to,
Like
turn
if
the
you
acts?
have on good evidence and good authority that some kid in your class or some kid in the school that you're working at is gay, I don't know like where like who they have to report it to, but they have to report it.
How can that possibly get passed?
That's such a weird law.
But also, like, how do you like? What if you just like? What if a kid's a little feminine? Like, you think? I mean, how is it judged that you knew or didn't know?
Yeah.
You got like you probably got.
Yeah, I mean, I
catch
get
the
that
act
Chris,
or
you probably
something.
didn't really.
physically doing something.
Yeah, like I didn't get like.
Yeah, I mean, unless they're in like the shower and you accidentally walk in, but that's even weirder. Like, what are we talking here?
I
I
don't
have
know.
no idea. Like, but that's
Was
what
it-
they. I have no idea but that's what they came up. And then I'm not sure if it's
Do they have the gaydar to check it?
they did. They must down there.
Wait, did they invent the gaydar in Florida? Like what the hell? That's so messed up.
Then I think it's Texas. If you're the parents of a kid who identifies as transgender, they're going to have you pretty much investigated for child abuse.
Say that
This
again?
is this
If
is
you
this is
were-
the stuff that Joe's talking about right here. These are the things.
these are the
just slipping
things
them in.
Yeah.
Just slipping under the radar. If
Yeah, excuse
I'm
me?
pretty sure if you're in Texas and you have a child that identifies as transgender,
So not actually going through surgery or anything.
no,
like-
just identifies,
okay.
they are going to have the parents investigated for child abuse.
That's insane.
That's just.
What the hell, man?
And then in Texas, also, they are also trying to pass. These are laws that they're trying to pass. Like in
These-
Florida,
I'm looking at the Florida one right now. It's a new amendment to Florida. The Don't Say Gay Bill. That's what
yeah,
they're
that's
calling
what it was. That's what it's
Don't
called.
say
Goddamn.
Don't Say Gay Bill would require
Oh my
schools to
Lord.
inform parents of their children's sexual orientation within 6 weeks of learning the student isn't straight.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
I'm just speechless. To that.
That's a weird.
And then
yeah.
in Texas, they're trying to make it a law where if you like help somebody in the case of an abortion, where like if you like
Oh, I've
like
heard about
Google
this.
this,
Yeah.
Or you
or
drive
you
to-
go- or
drive
drive
to-
them somewhere or like anything, like if you're like an Uber driver and you try, they're gonna fine you $10,000.
Yep.
$10,000.
10 grand.
Yep.
And Uber's rate come out and said like if any of their drivers get caught up in this and you get the fine, we're covering it. But it's like, yeah, like Texas wants to drill people for like helping anybody
Don't
trying
you
to
have to go out of the
get
state
learning
based-
anything or
Don't you have to go out of the
yeah.
state anyways? Based
Well,
in
no,
Texas?
I think you have Texas has like a 6 week. I'm pretty sure it's a 6 week rule where
People barely know
you
they're
have the
pregnant at
first
6
6
weeks.
Yeah, that's the issue that people come up with. Yeah, some real hot garbage going on, and so
This country
my
is
suggestion is we go and get Joe Rogan hopped up on freaking horse tranquilizers and let him start fighting that charge in Texas to get this stupid shit dealt with.
That's
Joey, baby, we just need you to get out there and.
Man,
He's got to become governor of.
Yeah.
Florida's got to be like the most messed up state.
That state, I mentioned, like, we just need to, I'm going to start a bill where we just need to cut Florida off and let it go into the Caribbean.
I mean, Florida's the penis of America. Like, why do they like
this shithole state?
Fort Lauderdale has a billboard right next to the Whirly Ball for, hey, join the police department. And it's just an SUV on a beach. And you're like, what? How is that?
It's a what?
It's an SUV police car on a beach.
It's like,
But you're right next to the water. That car's going to get submerged in seconds. Like, there's no...
It's just so random. Like, you're driving up, like,
yeah.
I thought I missed Florida.
Florida. Like,
I thought I missed
Florida. Come to Florida. Florida's one of the, I don't know why, but it's one of those states when the economy gets hit, it gets hit really hard. Well, probably because of tourism, yeah.
Tourism, yeah.
I've been to Florida a few times. I have no desire to ever live in Florida. Like, not even remotely close.
And it has nothing to do with the geography. It's the people.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the people are...
To our second fan in Florida, we're sorry.
I mean, it's got to be the most, like... Can you think of a state that's got, like, more crazier stuff that happens on a regular basis in Florida?
Yeah.
Well, California's... I don't know if you guys...
The wild stuff used to have the Ohio and Florida like thing.
Yeah,
and all the crazy stuff was always in Florida.
It really is. It
was mad. It was druggy. It was drugs in Ohio. Everything else was Florida. Like weird stuff in Florida.
California is one freaking weird place. It's got some real. I mean, all the homeless people out there and all that stuff. It's just.
That's a weird thing in general. Where like everybody like
they used to say all that you tip up.
And once you
tip up California and you get all the the fruits and nuts out.
You get past like San Francisco, it's all like Republican to the north, and
Yeah.
you go south of San Francisco and south, it's all Democrat. It's like kind of like, well, except for Illinois, where you have the one little spot next to the lake, and it pretty much pushes the state Democrat, and everybody else like we want Chicago to be its own state.
You go south like a little while in Illinois.
You got
you got
Trump.
Trump.
A little while you go to work.
Yeah, you
go that's far enough.
You go 20 minutes. You go the 20 miles that I have to go to work in Downers Grove in DuPage County, and you're
different worlds.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Proud to be an American.
You still got that Irish passport, right? Dog?
Yeah.
Just like I'm wavering back and forth here, guys.
I don't know.
Or in Europe.
I just heard.
Or I'm gonna tell my son he can't be gay. I don't know what's going on here.
I just heard about this "don't be gay" bill or "don't say gay" bill in freaking Florida. I'm done with this country.
Can you imagine like the parents? Someone go like, "We think your son's gay." Okay.
Alright.
Are you okay with that? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's,
Why are you telling me this? If I don't tell you this, I'm going to jail. I need to tell you this.
It's what he is. Like he's still my son.
It's just that's so weird.
I can just imagine like some teacher, like this bill gets passed, and some teacher calls up like some parents and is like, "Hey, I have it on good authority that your kid is dating this like girl or guy," and it's like, "Did you just call my kid gay? I'm supposed to tell you this. I don't really like." And like I can see like it's just like the teacher getting their ass.
The teacher being on Dateline for getting shot.
Yeah. I want to know how this bill came up. Like, what are they trying to achieve by telling?
I have no clue.
Are they going to send them?
It's just telling. It's not actually like there's like no.
Marco Rubio's down there, man. Just
what
like
were they going to? What the parents have to send them to pray away the gay?
They can't.
What are we talking about here?
They couldn't get pray away. They couldn't get pray away the gay bill passed, so they said don't say gay bill.
But think about it. Like, what are the parents supposed to do? Like, hey, don't be gay. Okay.
You're going to electro. You're gay. You're going.
What's that?
By the way, I'm going to college in upstate New York.
Don't be gay. Like how?
I was born this way.
Yeah. Like what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Your kid's getting a liberal arts degree. I'm pretty sure he's gay. What? What?
Your son declared he wants to be an art major. I think your son. Yeah.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't go to jail.
I'm sorry. What are you saying? You know what I'm saying.
Can't go to jail.
What are you saying?
It's so messy.
I don't want to go to jail.
I don't know if you've seen me, but I wouldn't do well in jail.
I can't believe there's not like protests on that. Like, it's got to be a large.
Nah, man,
there,
there's a
right?
war going on. Okay,
I saw people with like the Ukraine flag on their expressway today when I was going.
I saw a guy doing that. I saw a guy on the way back from getting my beer trim this morning. He had the Ukrainian flag outside or out his window driving down Irving Park.
Yeah. There was a like a whole slew of semis with Ukrainian flags driving down 90 today.
You got to think, is Ukrainian Village still very Ukrainian? I'm guessing not.
Based on it is.
Always very Ukrainian.
Yeah, they got.
It seems like the hipsters had moved in there. I thought, but no.
Yeah.
No, you did hear a lot.
No, they're kicking the hipsters out. They're
good for them.
Yeah, they're not allowing them to advance there either.
That's a good one.
Zing.
Yeah, that was good.
I watched him that one, didn't I?
Yeah.
Pierce looked at me. He's like, "Oh," and he's like, "That was pretty good. That was pretty
That
good."
was, yeah.
Yeah, you caught me. You really caught me off guard there.
Yeah.
I was trying to plot the direction of that. I was like, wait, what?
Pierce was like, "Wait, oh, okay, that was good.
That was solid. Jeez. It is a special world. I was listening to Tuesdays with Stories with Mark
Ruffalo.
No, Mark Norman and Joe List.
Uh-huh.
And they, just because it's all weird stuff, they were talking about how crazy New York is right now, and like, Joe,
really?
People are getting beat up like left and right.
Yeah, and kicked out. Like, you can't go.
Moran's getting his ass kicked over there.
There was I saw something yesterday. It was
New York's back, baby.
It's a horrible thing. Like, this lady with like a cane was like going down the stairs. Some dude like kicked her down and like beat her with a hammer.
What
Oh
the
my
fuck?
God.
It's like and she's like, so she's fighting for her life right now. It's like this is it's on video. Like, this is insane. Like,
Wow.
so you can't ride the subway there without getting
No,
risking
yeah,
getting like murdered.
that's what Joe List was saying. He doesn't take the subway at all because you the chance of you getting thrown onto the tracks right now is like a 75%.
I think someone's going around like stabbing people in the trains.
What is going on?
What in the hell?
They're taking the homeless off the subways. They're getting
I did hear
they're
about
pushing
that.
them into apartments because like they just can't handle this anymore. Did you see this one idiot? He was harassing people on the subways, beating people up, all this stuff. He had gone to jail for battery, and he had just gotten out.
So are these homeless committing these crimes?
Not all of them, but some of them, yes.
Some-
I don't
okay.
think a lot. I don't like. There are some people who are just taking advantage of the opportunities to rob.
Yeah.
But I think this goes to the, reduced police and all that stuff. Like, people aren't scared. Like, people have to get prosecuted. Like, that's an issue in California. No one's ever getting prosecuted, so there's no fear of,
Prisons are already overcrowded.
Yeah.
So it is.
And so, but with New York, like the one kid, he was in his 20s, and he was just harassing people, just being an absolute nuisance, beating people up. He should have not ever been released from police custody. The day he was released from police custody, followed some Asian woman into an apartment complex and stabbed her to death.
Wow.
Good God.
And was like stop. And you can watch again. You can watch this every clip up until they get into the apartment because he was stalking her all the way through.
Wow.
Yeah, all these attacks are caught on video. Security cameras there, but there's nobody around to like stop it. If there are people, like, are you going to get involved in that? Can you blame
There's
someone
no
for
one-
not?
yeah.
Oh no!
For not, like, if I see a guy beating him with a hammer, like, I'm not about to be like, hey,
Yeah.
Jump in there, like, you're gonna go
Either,
call for
yeah,
help
I
with me
don't
by the
think
time
you're
it's too
allowed to
late.
do that. I think that's illegal.
Yeah. Please don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Stop
it's
it.
it's gotta be mortifying to see that.
Oh yeah.
Oh. I can't even.
I mean, think about the time we were in the Gold Coast, and that kid he literally almost got his head squished by a taxi cab,
That dude
Oh.
should have played soccer. When he was,
and
That
he
could
just
kick like
beat-
a
that guy.
and
Yeah.
nobody moved. Anybody who tried to stop him, that dude went aggressive on the other dude.
Look at
He
the
also had like
fight
6
that-
friends around him.
Look at the fight that Vicky forwarded to me and I sent to you guys in River North.
Oh, yeah.
And it just it was two guys going, and then all of a sudden it became a cartoon ball of just people fist fighting. It's a mob just slams into this car, takes off the mirror of this car, who's driving on the street. And can you imagine being that guy just sitting in your car? You're like, man, I don't want to get involved in that. And then all of a sudden, 20 people just slam into you and take off your mirror, and you're like, well, I can't go anywhere. What am I going to do here?
Seriously, this could be the most upbeat podcast we've
That's
ever
the
done.
best.
Happy
Okay.
birthday, Peter!
This couldn't have been a better week. My birthday, perfect middle of the week. The world's going to shit, and yeah,
Yep.
gotta love it. What time we at, Joe?
We're at 38 minutes.
Oh, 38 minutes.
Joe's going to Ireland next week, so.
Yeah. See you guys. Bye.
So just kind of recapping last week because it's probably what we should have started with, but we just jumped into
Hey.
the ramen was pretty good. Last Saturday was a fun night. We got a little toasty here.
Went to both Enjoys.
Went to both Enjoys.
we
we
did
did.
go to both Enjoys.
And I got a pet down.
That was ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie to you though. I did not feel the greatest after the ramen. I don't know. Maybe I got the one wrong because you guys got all the three same. After the ramen I did not feel that great.
It's a filling thing. It's not the
Yeah.
best food to go eat and then drink a bunch.
Yeah, no. And then we went to.
You also mixed it with like 3 different weird beers there.
Yeah, that's true too. All right, there's a lot of issues there, Pat. I didn't really think about it.
It's got layers.
And then the bar across the street from Enjoy gave me he spun me around and felt me up like I thought I was going to Evil Olive.
That's what it felt like. Yeah.
No, I think the pet down at Evil Eye was less invasive for me at least. That one Joy, whatever, bourbon on division. That was.
I still don't get it. What are we talking? What are you doing? What How is
You
this
know
a
what's
thing?
happening? Because all these weird fucking attacks are happening everywhere,
Yeah.
man.
That's a late night bar, I know. And I think it's a music venue as well upstairs, right?
Yeah.
I think,
upstairs,
they do
yeah.
something upstairs, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I've seen people do coke in that bathroom at least like 4 times.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's one way to go about it. I was listening to a funny comedian talk about like the vaccines and how people don't want to get the vaccines, but they'll shove coke up their nose from some random guy in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the cocaine is hell of a drug, man.
Yeah, I was watching a American Greed, and these guys were mixing. You know, like they didn't want to actually really work, so they started like a drug business, like an online, almost like
Silk Road.
Silk Road.
Okay.
But they were lacing a lot of their stuff with fentanyl.
Oh, that's
Oh,
the
nice.
thing. Yeah.
That's the big thing with cocaine now is it's laced with other stuff. You don't know
Yeah.
what you're getting, even
That's-
if you like coke and have done coke, like you might get something like that.
That's what killed the
That's killed tons of people.
the African American actor who
Oh, the
was
Wire
it?
guy, right?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I know his name. He's
The
got a
Wire?
weird name.
Oh.
With the scar?
Yeah, the scar in his face.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Also like that one comedian that killed like 3 of her friends and she did it, and it was like she had like 4 of them did
Yes.
it, and
Yeah.
she barely survived.
She
The other
did,
3
but, well,
passed
she
away.
didn't kill them.
No, but they all did it, and they killed 3 of them, and
Yes.
she almost died.
Yeah, and she was just taking a little bump, and she.
You know, it wasn't like she's like, hey, I looked
Yeah,
at this thing. It wasn't
yeah.
like that kind of thing. No.
But that happens a lot now because of all the free, all the fentanyl that's coming in. It's cheap and it gets you a good high.
Yeah.
The problem is,
Sorry, I really don't even know what fentanyl
it's
is.
a morphine.
It's a pain.
Oh,
Basically.
it's like a pain drug?
Yeah, but it's like
Okay.
it's like used for like I think it was like it's almost like
Isn't that what Prince? What got Prince?
Yeah, that's what got Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's taking out so many celebrities.
Because people, it's just mixing it, and people don't understand. They don't know what they're getting anymore.
Well, they're good. It's like it's for like post surgery recovery. So
yes,
it's very high.
but they
pain.
don't even use it in. They don't even use it because it's just too.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's too
it's
dangerous.
like terminal cancer patients. I think is what it's for. Like when you're dying in pain,
Yeah.
literally dying in pain, you get that.
The other issue is a
Wow.
lot of people will get off heroin, and then the relapse for heroin is huge.
Oh, and that's when they die because they've gotten it out of their system, and then
And
they go back to the same dosage,
Yep.
which
Bye.
they have no tolerance
Yeah.
for. And they
Just
die.
when you thought this podcast could get even more upbeat,
Oh, I know,
we
right?
bring it to you. We bring it to you.
We should have gotten some beers to review, but that's okay. We're all running. I mean, it's that time of year.
Would you like some of these German beer?
If you're looking for taxes, I'm sure DLM Tax and Accounting would love for you to check them out on this, very upbeat podcast. But check them out at dlmtax.com if you're looking for tax and accounting needs. That's where we're all getting killed these days.
And that's enough of the business.
As you know, nothing makes you happier than filing those tax returns.
Yeah, well, you're getting a nice refund, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
I don't know if you read the articles on that. Here's another downbeat.
Oh, Jesus.
Is people are not expecting or not getting as big of refunds as they were expecting because a lot of people didn't get these stimulus payments, so they got those added on.
They're getting their child tax credit reduced.
Yes, the child tax credit reduced. So it's all big. It's a big F all, and people are just gonna.
Thanks,
It's
Obama.
so weird, yeah.
So, but that's actually goes back to Trump, unfortunately.
joke.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
But that really is. It's his.
No, Trump's perfect. He hasn't messed that
Fuck
up. Yeah.
That's another thing. You see
Fucking
Trump's
Obama.
tweets? His are hilarious. He's such an idiot. He's like, yo, great job by Putin. Like, saving
great
you.
great real estate.
And then like 10 seconds later, oh no, I can't say that. Sorry, that's a private tweet.
No, did he really say that?
No.
Oh,
The fact that he's
But I gotta see him like, should I be on there private? Nah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Nobody watches this anyways, right?
He's sliding to Putin's DMs. Like what you're doing, bro.
Can I come over?
Yeah.
Can I help out?
We'll divide up Europe. I'll take France.
Yeah, no. I wonder if there's any thought or any scared of that. Like, I kind of think about that because
For Europe in general.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
'cause
No,
like-
I mean French, Germany, and Britain all have very big militaries.
yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
but I mean, look at what Hitler did, and I mean, they all had. Pretty
Yeah,
big,
but I think they're much. I think
It's probably a
they're
different
bigger
situation.
It's
prepared
a
for it.
different time now. Weapons are so advanced. Yeah.
Plus they're gonna see that coming a long way to get through. You got to go through 2 countries to get there. They're gonna be ready this time.
Yeah.
you got to get through.
Well, because I mean,
when
when Germany came, Germany's right on France's border. Germany can easily get to all those countries. Like for Russia to get there, they got to come through.
Germany
They got to come through Poland.
or Poland, but Poland,
Once you go through Poland, you're dealing with NATO. So.
yeah, craziness, crazy.
NATO.
And then the U.S. has got to get brought into it. 'Cause we're
Yeah.
part of NATO.
Yep.
Did,
Yeah, all these
like-
things when we're talking to you about being vice president. Oh, I thought you were talking about NATO Jones. You know NATO Jones? No.
did anybody watch
Joe
the-
Biden's like these damn Soviets. Because he still
He looks
he doesn't remember. He doesn't
terrible.
remember that he's 80 years
He
old.
looks every day. He looks. Talk about the presidency adding years. Joe is going to be dust by the time this 4 years is over.
He's gonna come out looking like
awful.
the Crypt
They added
Keeper.
years.
He looks like the Crypt Keeper. He's got no hair. He looks like skin and bones.
They
Like,
added-
what happened to you, Joe? Joe looked good. Like 3 years ago, Joe looked like he could still. He and Bill could, take a night out at one of these bars and he
The hang-uppy.
He can handle his own.
They added years that he didn't have to add.
That's what I'm saying. Joe looks terrible. Like Joe's like, just get me out of this. Like, what are we doing, Putin? I need 2 more years and I'm out of here.
Why do you? Okay, so do you think he became president because he thought he could make a change, or was it like an ego thing?
Oh, he just wanted to be Trump.
I think he became president because he was the better of the two options that were not so great.
But like,
No,
he
he-
run at that age.
Yeah.
Oh, because the other options were
Yeah.
we had no chance to beat.
We're
Trump.
Bernie,
you
we're
just like-
Bernie, and that's it.
Bernie
Wow,
and
okay.
Hillary both had no chance
Yeah.
to beat Trump.
Did Hillary even try to run?
No, not this
Yeah.
last time, but
No.
she lost him the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he knew he could win, and also he knew that Trump needed. Like, unfortunately, if you're a Trump fan, you're a Trump fan. But he thought that Trump needed to get. He needed Trump out of the office,
Yeah.
and he knew he was the only one who's going to be able to win because Bernie's way too left.
And he's
Come-
kind of, and Biden's kind of normal.
Yeah.
Wild.
Who knows who's going to be the next president though? Because I don't think Trump's going to survive to that point. I think he keeps his Russia stuff up, and I think his base is very divided on it.
Well, his base is very pro-American, obviously.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Mitchell.
Mitchell?
Mitchell.
Who's Mitchell?
O'Connell.
Mr. Trubisky.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Trubisky.
Um,
He loves big titties. I mean, that's a great platform to run on.
Hey, Matt Nagy with the.
No, we're not going with that crap.
Chris, if you trim the beard, you could be Matt Nagy for Halloween.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah.
Who was?
We'll
I'd
actually get you a little more gray in there. We'll actually get some just for gray on there.
I'll get my beard really trimmed up and
Anybody watch-
I'll spray paint some black hair on and be Carlos Boozer for.
Did you guys watch the
If we throw you into
basketball,
football, if we throw you
NBA
in-
basketball All-Star game at all?
No.
No,
Not a single minute.
I think Michael.
It wasn't actually that bad. You know what's great? Giannis is the only guy who plays defense. He gets rough and tumble in there.
I saw
He's-
Steph Curry was like launching threes from everywhere.
Oh, everywhere.
And
And LeBron James won it with
Do
the
you know
shot.
what? Do you know what was that? All that crap that was on the floor. They had like different like things on the floor. I don't know if they were like different point totals, like trying to be like kind of like
Oh,
the
I
big
don't know.
three
Maybe.
tournaments.
I don't know.
I don't know. And like they were doing like running totals between like the quarters and everything. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like,
I have no idea. But did you see Michael Jordan came back?
no.
To do
Yeah,
what?
they were honoring the 75th. Listen how this is
Oh,
how
I heard
this is
about
when
it.
you know
I
you
heard
have too
about
much money. He owns 2 race cars and they both drove in the Daytona 500. So he went there, watched his cars race.
I think he was the master of ceremonies, or whatever, at the race.
Yeah, he got a jet from there to Cleveland. Took a escorted trip to the arena so he could be
Take
at
part
the
in the 75.
Yeah, and came in and starting talking mad shit. He's like to Magic Johnson, "You old fuck! Let's get our shoes on. I'll whoop your ass right now." He's talking shit to everybody. Like only like Michael could do.
I wouldn't,
That's
I
what
wouldn't bet
people
against
want.
Michael. He could shoot. I wouldn't
That's
bet
what
against
people.
him.
That's what people want to see now because of the documentary. How he's like shit talker. And,
He is. That's what he is.
Yeah.
And he didn't hide it. And the best part is Cleveland went nuts when he came out there because nobody wants to see anybody else down here. What is this
Yeah.
garbage? You know they had top
Kobe-
75. They had
Kobe
Anthony
being-
Davis.
Kobe being dead, it's kind of like he's the next. Kobe will be the next biggest attraction, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and LeBron's
They
not.
brought,
Really,
they brought his wife out.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, LeBron's not really like.
So we gotta get Bill Burr's bit out here.
Yeah.
How many layups does she make?
That's hilarious. But yeah, so, I was looking at the so they did 75 best or greatest NBA players, and they had James Harden and Anthony Davis on that list.
Which they're not.
They're not. I think those are going to be
How,
two.
when their career's not even over, first of all, and they're not.
They're trying to. Well, from if they looked at the 50, like they did the 50
But the
greatest.
game was so much different back then. You can't compare stats as easily.
Well, but no, but so they did the 50 greatest, and now that 25 years later, they're
Added 25 more, yeah.
they're looking at what the.
And then they're going to
add.
add 25 more in another 25 years for a hundo, baby.
Where's
hundo?
When is Kirk Heinrich on the list?
Never.
Probably like
Captain
negative.
Kirk.
Who told us that
Hustle,
Kirk Heinrich
baby.
used to like bigger women?
Gavin.
John Lee, or was it Gavin? No,
I think it was Gavin.
Yeah, Gavin knew somebody.
But he's married to some skinny white woman, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Gavin.
Yeah,
was
that'll
one.
stop athletes from, not
I'm just like-
having sex.
I mean,
with
look at
other
Tristan
random
Thompson.
women.
You know what's crazy? I was watching
The Bulls
a
now.
clip today on Brandon Schaub,
Yeah.
and I guess he's like the worst of the worst.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of whispers.
Like jumping in comedians' DMs, like Bobby Lee's girlfriend or wife.
Yep.
That's insane. Like, how do you hang out with Bobby Lee and not?
I don't get it. Yeah.
And how do other people not?
Wasn't he an MMA fighter though? He's a big guy, right?
Yeah, but
yeah,
big piece of shit is what he is.
Yeah.
But how do you how do you do podcasts with Bobby Lee again?
Walk me back to my truck. Yeah, he's been saying some stuff like they don't address him by name, but you can kind of figure out who it is.
Yeah, that's just asinine to me.
Yeah.
No
respect.
Was he hitting on Tom Segura's wife too?
I don't think so.
No.
He's
Nah,
not as good looking as Bobby Lee's life.
Oh, I know. I've seen Bobby.
Which is also kind of crazy that Bobby Lee and that girl are.
This is all. I have no idea what any of this.
Well, you know, Pat, maybe get on a podcast.
Get on fucking YouTube.
I'll get on the Google machine.
Look up the S&P podcast, and when you're done binge watching or listening to all the episodes, then go look for Bobby Lee and his hot ass wife.
Yeah,
we'll do.
They're not married. They're not married.
Look up.
Did he propose yet?
I heard Bobby Lee's going into what do you call it when you do drugs a lot?
Rehab again?
Rehab. Yeah, he's going into rehab.
Was he on Joey Diaz today?
No. That was Lee's a lot.
Yeah, he's apparently doing hard drugs again. He's like shitting blood, doing all this. Like he's been doing drugs like crazy. He said he was up to 500 milligrams of marijuana a day.
Again?
Yeah.
Oh, poor guy.
And so he's gonna go. He's talking about going back to rehab.
Don't they think Bobby Lee's like partially like bisexual or gay?
No, he was kind of raped as a child. So
yeah, he was.
He shouldn't go to Florida.
The redhead, the ginger guy.
Carrot Top.
No, not Carrot Top.
Jesus Christ.
You're done. You're
We're
done.
so old.
You're done.
So
Andrew
old.
Sorrentino or Sorrentino.
Oh, Andrew Santino.
Yeah, he is. He's
he was like, they gave him a gay quiz, right?
Yeah.
on a podcast. And he's like, I look at it as like, he came out like 50% or something. He's like, I look at it as like, the glass is half empty, and the guy's like, well, I look at it as like the glass is half full. I mean, he's like, you're kind of gay.
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with that, Bobby.
Yeah.
You do you, boo boo.
Yep. That was a good way to end this. It's a little more fun, upbeat. The world's kind of crazy, and you probably come in the podcast not to have to deal with that. So, but
So really happy to make your hours.
Yeah, you know what? Forget that. We're a podcast where we're just going to talk about what comes up, and it's
a huge thing.
Yeah.
It's a historical thing.
Yeah.
You're going to be learning about this. In
We're
history
living
books.
through.
Yeah.
I mean, the last 4 years is just complete history.
Oh yeah.
They'll talk about COVID. They'll talk about Russia starting World War III.
Yep.
We hopefully we'll be in a podcast, under Russian guard.
I don't want to learn Russian, guys.
I mean, I can't. I mean, we're going to be talking about.
Nostrovia.
We're going to be talking about how Pepsi missed the whole entire MLB. Oh, Pepsi's here, by the way, for the 500 millionth time.
Got any first Pepsi as we get off this beautiful podcast?
Poor Pepsi.
Go Cubs.
The history's going to remember this year is Pepsi missing his chance to work for the Cubs this year because MLB can't get their crap together.
I heard about this.
And our season tickets being useless.
Yeah, right? Wow.
Oh, but they made you pay. Oh, they knew they weren't going to be. They knew this was going to be.
How is that going to work?
They get you refunded.
Oh, they
But,
just
or they'll be like, hey, you want to keep your season tickets?
Or you can get a credit.
Yeah, they'll get a credit for they'll wait until the end of the year. They're like, why don't you just credit this to next year? And it's like,
so you keep my 10 grand. Yeah, thanks, jerk.
Wow.
But
shut up, Pepsi, down there shaking your head like, yeah.
Pepsi, like, they're still paying my salary.
no, they're not.
Not for long. Not after we get done with them.
Yeah, buddy. All right, boys. It's going to be a hell of a night. Let's get to it. Thank you for joining us here again on a wonderful Saturday night. It's a little cold out here in the beautiful city of Chicago. Thank you, Chris. That's how you should end.
Had to get one in.
I've
gotten like seven.
Have a wonderful week. If you're in Ukraine listening, stay safe. And
Godspeed.
world,
We're behind you.
yeah, and world. Let's comment down. Can we get a year of just chill?
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Bye.
That was perfect, Joe.